It's Ash from Super Videos, back for another video for season 11 of The Walking Dead. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at a series of new promotional photos that they released for the first 8 episodes of season 11, which is obviously the final season. These images are actually extremely cool. I'm not going to go through each one individually. I decided to group them together and I'll go through like 4 or 5 at a time. I don't think anyone wants me to go through 100 images individually. I don't want to do that, so I will be going through every 4 or 5 at a time. Now, one image in particular is extremely cool because it actually shows us Pope Unmasked. Obviously, Pope is the leader of this new villainous group called the Reapers, who were after Maggie and her crew to begin with, but now it's extended to them being after all of the survivors. And they're obviously going to be a big threat for the first 8 episodes of season 11. Now, I have an image of Pope right there on the thumbnail. He looks pretty intimidating. The mustache is like 90% of the intimidation factor. I don't know the actor that plays him, but he looks super interesting and I'm definitely super intrigued to see what he's all about. Stay tuned, we'll be right back to break these images down. Alright, as always, before we jump into this, if you're not a subscriber and enjoyed the content by the end, consider subscribing to join our community, share and smash the like button and press the bell to be notified when I upload on the channel. We're on the road to 5k subscribers, so if you're not a subscriber and enjoy the content, make sure to subscribe to help me get to that mark. If you are a subscriber, check to see if you're still a subscriber because, as some of you may know, YouTube is running automatic bots that's removing users that are inactive. So if you're not a subscriber and you know you subscribed, that's probably what happened. So subscribe again, and also make sure to be active on the channel. Leave a comment every once in a while so that the YouTube algorithm doesn't think that you're an inactive account, so that way your subscription stays on. One final thing, if you do enjoy the content, make sure to smash the like button. It does make a difference. It helps the YouTube algorithm bring this video up so that it's seen by more people. Let's waste no more time and dive right in. So first, we're gonna take a look at these 4 new photos of Negan and Maggie together. Some awesome images of the two of them. I'm gonna go through these from top left to bottom right. I'm not gonna spend a lot of time on each individual one, but I'm just gonna refer to these from top left to bottom right. So the first one, obviously we have Maggie and Negan. They're in the underground tunnels and this is when they're trying to get supplies. We have Negan with his crowbar and Maggie with her bow and arrow. They're fighting walkers most likely. The next image, we have Maggie giving Negan a sort of death stare, which is pretty interesting. In the next one, we have Negan and Maggie arguing. Not too surprised about that. I think we're gonna see a lot of disagreements between Maggie and Negan, and it's definitely not surprising that they're gonna be arguing a lot. And in the final image, obviously it's a photo that was part of a scene that was in the trailer where we have Negan and Maggie killing one walker together. Pretty awesome and cool shot of the two of them. And then we get some images of Maggie and Negan individually. In the first one, we have Maggie picking up some supplies. This may be from the same scene where we had Maggie and Negan arguing. And then the next photo is Negan looking at most likely walkers. And then the next one is Maggie crouched down in some sort of an abandoned building. Not sure what she's doing there, but it appears that she's talking to someone. In the final image, it's an image of Maggie in the church at Alexandria, which is obviously the council that they have. And then next one we have is some shots of Alexandria, and it's scenes from people getting ready to head out on a mission. We know that the first 2 episodes are gonna focus heavily on a mission that most of the survivors are gonna be on to get supplies. So this is probably them getting ready to head out. So we have Jerry in the background, and then Carol. The next photo is actually a photo of a new survivor. We haven't seen him before. Looking forward to see what he's all about. The next one is an unmasked picture of Elijah. Elijah is obviously the character that came with Maggie and her crew, and he's the one with the iron mask. He just doesn't have the iron mask here. The next photo after that, which is the final one, is an image of, again, the new survivor that I mentioned, as well as another female survivor. They may be a couple, not sure, but again, pretty interested to see what they're all about and how they fit into the story. Next photo we have is this photo of Gabriel and Negan handing out food to people. I think they're probably handing out food to the kids specifically, but I could be wrong about that. And the next one we have is Herschel Jr and Maggie. Pretty awesome shot of the two of them. And then obviously we see Elijah, I think, in the background, and RJ all the way in the background. Next one is RJ running towards most likely Maggie. And then the next one is people at the council. So we have Aaron, Gabriel, Maggie talking. And then we have another new survivor in the background. He's very muscular and he looks pretty intimidating. I'm definitely looking forward to see who he is, where he came from, and what he's all about. And then we have another shot of people at the council. Next one is Maggie and Daryl talking. Final one is again Carol and the other survivors at Alexandria waiting to head out for their mission. The next 4 images are actually from Hilltop and Alexandria. So we have the survivors in both of these locations. In one particular one, we have the survivors killing walkers at Hilltop, I believe, the 3rd picture. So it looks like they're going to be cleaning up the Hilltop a little bit. And then the next one we have is an image of 3 new characters that I mentioned and Cole, who's obviously from Maggie's crew. So I'm assuming that the new survivors that I mentioned before are also from Maggie's crew. The next photo we have is actually a photo from some of the female characters, Carol, Kelly, Rosita, and Nagna. Pretty awesome shot of them. And the next one is some photos from the kids. First one at the bottom we have is Judith, RJ, and Daryl. Pretty cool shot of them. The next one is the kids playing cards. Same with the last one. And then the next couple pictures actually again from Alexandria and Hilltop. And then the next picture here is a picture of Rosita. Not sure what she's doing, but it looks like she may have found something on the ground. Next is a picture of Daryl with blood all over him, most likely from killing walkers. Next one is just a picture of Gabe in the middle of the woods. And the last photo is Magna and a horse. And the next one is again a couple shots of Alexandria. Not too much to say about these, it's just the characters before they head out on their mission. Next we have this shot of Maggie talking to Negan. Next one is a pretty awesome shot of Herschel Jr and Maggie, and in the background we have Judith, RJ, and Daryl. Next one we have is Negan writing some sort of a note, an apology letter to Maggie, I'm sure. And then the next one we have is Negan talking to Maggie and Elijah and Carol, most likely talking about the mission that they're gonna go on. We know that the group is gonna rely on Negan on this mission because he knows the place they're going to best. So I'm assuming that's why Maggie's even talking to Negan in the first place. The next shot we have is actually a pretty awesome photo of the survivors outside. It's pouring rain. This is probably right before they go into the underground tunnels, because we know that the reason why they go in the underground tunnels in the first place is because of the rain, the storm that's gonna hit them. The next photo is a photo that we've seen before. It's not new, but it's basically the Reapers with Pope at the forefront. We know that's Pope because of his signature weapon. I don't know what that is, but it's a signature weapon of sorts. The next couple pictures is just pictures of survivors in the underground tunnels. Not gonna run through them individually, but it's basically the survivors killing walkers, looking for supplies, and trying to navigate through the place that they're at. Nothing too much to talk about here, but it definitely appears that a good chunk of the first 2 episodes are going to be spent in the underground tunnels, which is pretty interesting. We have more pictures of the underground tunnels and then more pictures of another area in the underground tunnels, and this is obviously where the train station is. First image is actually interesting. Daryl and Negan arguing. Next couple are self-explanatory, not much to talk about there. And then we have this picture at the top of Daryl and Dog, and another one with a Reaper attacking Daryl. This might be the scene where he's captured. And then the third image is an image of Daryl shining his flashlight into a tunnel. This is probably in the underground tunnels that we talked about. Then the next photo is, of course, the new character that's going to be introduced, Pope, the leader of the Reapers. I haven't seen the actor in anything, so I can't really comment on the actor, but like I said, he looks intimidating. Next couple pictures is pictures of the 4 survivors that were captured by Commonwealth, getting taken to Commonwealth. So Eugene, Yumiko, Princess, and Ezekiel. The last photo is actually 2 members of Commonwealth interviewing or maybe interrogating the survivors. Now obviously these 2 individuals are not Pamela Milton or Lance Hornsby, but they are members of the Commonwealth Council or whatever the Commonwealth has for running the process of bringing people in. And then we have these 4 final photos of none other than Mercer, who looks pretty awesome and intimidating, looking at Yumiko and Eugene. And the final image is actually the survivors inside the holding blocks or the holding cells at Commonwealth, looking at someone, most likely looking at Mercer walking in. But that's pretty much everything. These were the photos that they released. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to share and smash the like button. If you're not a subscriber, subscribe to join our community and press the bell to be notified when I upload. That's it for this video. See you next time for another super video.